Hey, traders. Just wanted to do a update on Bitcoin. I mean, for a static video anyway. Haven't done one in a few days, and that's cool. So just looking at the daily chart, Coinbase, not much really going on, on the daily. But there was a lot going on the 4 hour. Certainly there was. And there could be more going on the daily, I guess. Larley brought it up to me, and I was like, dang. Very interesting, because I had not really thought about using this anchor point, but it's real. But again, I don't know if it's gonna, if the market's looking at it this way. Let me show you real quick. All right, so Larley's idea was he used this crazy wick from May 16th, 17th as the anchor point, the X anchor point. And if you did that, holy crap, 61% retrace, fine on C, and then guess what? Where are we? The 78% retrace from that lowest point. So that is the PCZ of some sort of Gartley, bullish Gartley. But again, yes, at this area we did have a little bit of RSI divergence, but it hasn't manifested into anything yet. And right now, as it stands, we're not making even higher highs than the minor high from October 10th. We're not even at the top of the flag, which it does seem very, very well developed now. This bear flag, where it's all slightly upsloping consolidation after an impulse, and we could be setting up for lower prices on this time scale. So, yeah, this is good. I mean, this is great. I think that maybe it's for these complex harmonics and stuff, like using the anchor point down here. Remember on the weekly, 4400 was the PCZ X, A, B, C, and then D is the 88%. So it's like $4,400. Which, if you did make a measure move, a 100% measure move of the bear pole bear flag combination, it would get you closer, but still not even, right? I mean, this takes you down to where you don't want to ever be falling below this support at 6,000, 5,800 area. I mean, look left. That's it, man. I love how it just lines up perfectly. If you measure this pole from the breakout, it's perfect. So, again, I don't know if we'll get down there. But, shout out to Larley for just, dude, open mind thinking is what technical analysis is about. And, I didn't really see it. We were anchoring this from this low. June 4th, earlier in the year, it ended up not panning out. It was too deep of a retrace here. But very cool anchor point. But again, probably here. If we did break to the upside from this point, man, I would be very excited because, if we really were to begin, remember, this is all wave analysis. So if the wave was ending here, C to D, a new wave was to begin and be a large impulse to the upside, most likely. And a large move to the upside at this point, where we are in the downsloping channel, the downtrend, the correction, we're pretty close to the resistance. So any move up could be good. Something else about that Geisen tool. We're below it, man. We're curving down. At one point we'll have to get above this trend line, 95.76. And just how this lines up, you want to keep in mind on Bitcoin, we have a death cross, a daily death cross looming. We're just days away, depending on the price action. If we get a steep drop, it'll be much sooner than later. But you're really hoping a death cross doesn't happen. I mean, because this is the time scale where it's actually called the really confirmed death cross, golden cross. Because like the 4 hour, you can get them, but they're just not near as significant. So the last time we had a death cross was in March, late March of 2018. Right, once that happened, yeah, we had one more rally, lagging indicator, but eventually went from where we were to capitulation. Lost way over half our value. From that death cross. So again, it looms, but again, it's lagging, so you can't put too much weight on it if things are showing upside potential on the oscillators, which, remember, the idea here was right where we'd get one more sell off And when we got that really weak sell-off, we would hit a critical support looking left and a 61.8% retrace. And at that point, maybe we could show that bullish divergence on the oscillators. Not really getting it right now. I mean, your positive momentum's begun to rise because of this weekend pop we got. And if we ever got down to these levels, there might be a chance to just take a low-risk, high-reward opportunity. But we know there's just so much support below us between 6,200 or 5,800 and 6,500. Okay, there's just tons of it. But you know, we may not get down there if the oscillators on a significant time scale like the daily are showing, hey, impending price action reversal to the upside. So that's kind of your update. Just looking at things, just spitballing. There's not much we can do. You know, if we've analyzed it so thoroughly, all we can do is zoom in on the time scales and see what's happened. And man, we were just, I think, a couple dollars away from the second profit taking level. Very, very small trade. I mean, this is something that should be educational, where though I found it here, you can find it on, you know, any time scale. I wouldn't recommend anything below the 60-minute, but you can do this on any time scale. If it was the daily, if this is all on the daily, I'd be looking at the exact same way, where I'm looking for, you know, low risk areas, the bottom of ranges. We're looking for divergence. When we make a low, a slightly lower low, lower levels of negative momentum, higher levels of relative strength. And when you have slightly lower lows like that, we can call that the shortening of the thrust, where it's just signifying just how tired the sellers are. You tried to move the price down and it was just barely anything. And when you did that, it lined up right here with these oscillators. So really what I'm talking about is, if you didn't see, I showed it a few times in the stream yesterday, it was a trade setup that had posted the 18th of October, where again, it was just using variables. The bullish hammer was one. And here we go, the MACD RSI, bullish divergence, and the wedge, right? So that's 4 variables that all were saying the same thing, that there was a higher probability we would go to the upside, not the downside. There it is. It's not much, but again, who's saying it's going to be much, man? On the daily, we aren't showing too much yet. Not the things I want exactly for a much more profitable trade, or one with much more upside potential. Okay, we're just on the 4-hour, not the daily. And I do think that on the daily there is still more downside potential, just because I don't see enough. I really want to see the MACD divergence on slightly lower lows at deeper retraces where there is what we would call more value. Okay, because yes, you were definitely at areas of value. You're like 55% retrace from that lowest point to highest point. But people see value at much deeper levels all the time on many different assets. Okay, so just wanted to update you on Bitcoin. Just look at it. Look at Larley's little Gartley idea. I think it's pretty cool. You know, creativity. It's a lot of technical analysis, man. You got to be able to identify things and then be able to act on them. All right, so if you enjoyed the static video, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Please leave a comment in the section below. Helps with engagement. Y'all are amazing. I'll be live in a little while. So until then, respect the TA.